these hyper carries, and that's what their draft is lacking right now. They need actual damage, and they need something
TNC
that, with all this chaos created, can actually make things happen. And
for a quick bottle, Blizzy double stout shield, now grabbing his. Ukuku also has his queued up at the moment. Situation. As far as the mid lane goes, Plop is actually not doing so hot. Only 4 CS on Armel. He's forced a lot of regen out. Misha gets brought down. Up until a second ago, Armel actually had more denies than CS. And neither one of them is close to the top of the last hit chart. So, lots of trading happening on that mid lane. I think quite a lot of regen has been purchased up so far. Magical's bought probably 2 or maybe even 3 salves at this point. And now we do have a little bit of pressure being put onto Gabby at bottom. Still quite healthy. Ion Shell burning him down a bit, but he's got all of those Dominator.
Going to position themselves around the bounty rune. Might be in a bit of trouble here on AU.
Really wants it, and looks like he will be able to grab at least the one. Actually, Misha coming in to try for a punish, so he gets the bounty rune, but I don't know if AU's getting out with his life, and his TP scroll not quite enough mana either, so looking like it will just be a secondary kill here for Navi. Are they going to hand it over to Blizzy? Oh, they're actually going to hand it over to Magical as he comes over, and looks like he's going to be okay.
Bit of taunt for himself as well.
Down bottom, actually, they do manage to interrupt the surge here on the Darks here, so Blizzy in some trouble. Fisher also going to block him in. He's heading for the trees, still fairly tanky, but completely surrounded, and TNC will be able to quickly finish Catapult. Going to be looking for a little bit more. He does have the Fisher available, and it is going to prompt... Man, this Razor has just been everywhere this game. They do actually have found the Disruptor over on the one side. Lycan, a little bit of danger, but just pops the ultimate to be able to retreat. And Disruptor caught up on the high ground, trying to walk away. Kinetic Field helped to keep him alive, but the Wolves will chase him down, and Gabby securing that kill.
Obviously very, very difficult.
Dire's middle tower
Pretty hard to do anything about.
Yep.
Alright, well, Fisher comes in at mid, wants to just scare away Armel a little bit. Quite a lot of damage on this mid tier 1 tower as well. You were calling it out just a couple of minutes ago that TNC definitely going to be making the aggressive moves, and they're here once again. Kuku arrives on the mid lane. Misha getting blocked off somewhat, stacked up, and right click down. Very easy for TNC.
Cautious not to make sure it gets denied, but see how he chooses to go. Looks like he's going for the full all-in play.
Find Blizzy out as well. Did they actually have the damage to bring him down? Batrider running over. Fisher block and the lasso. Enough chain stun. Surge not going to help him, and that is yet another kill for TP. This is
up here, so Kuku's like, oh, thanks very much. Just accelerates me a little bit more. He's sitting at position 4 on that net worth there.
Oh, and just jumping forward. Magical a little bit too far forward in the lane, and he will be brought down. Misha tried for the deny. It was a nice attempt, but at the moment, Navi just don't really seem to have any play. The cash on just buying more regen to sustain the lane, and now he's almost completely shut out of the game, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, he's not able to be that frontliner that Navi likes him to be, right? Like, if you're just going to die constantly every single time to these heavy rotations, then what are you doing in the game?
Well, they're looking for some vision onto AU, potentially. He still wants to battle for the bounty runes, though. They do not have the Phoenix Group available. He's only level 6. They do immediately invest into the Centaur, trying to keep Misha alive, but they didn't need the Centaur.
Like, because the Lycan, you can't just defend with one person against them.
He may have just felt like he doesn't have the mana. Yeah. Just think that might be... It could also be one of these situations where you're skilling something up mid-fight. Armel, oh, they try for him. Not going to happen. We do also have an attempt over at top lane as they go for Chu, and will bring him down easily. But he's got 2 different TPs. So he used his Boots of Travel to get bottom, but he's still got the Town Portal Scroll. They got to remember that. He's actually coming in now. Misha's trying to camp over at the shrine, but they found him. Armel just right-clicking him down. Chu does just TP out, and they will bring down the Disruptor at the end of the day. Bonded fantastically. Pretty much just the quad pick, to be honest. Seems like Armel really very comfortable with that matchup, and you actually find themselves a little bit of a lasso over at top. Chu getting caught out, thought that everybody might have been in the Roshan pit, but it's Kuku who finds him. Well, Crystallize, he wants this tier 1, does tier 2 tower down at bottom. It gets denied in front of him by AU. Is Misha going to be able to get him out of here? The Echo Slam comes in, and it's just too much burst damage. Misha can't all of the Magical. Poor Magical. He's had such a rough game so far. Gets found that once again. He's going to run away from the Shrine. The Shrine is not going to save him in this situation. Disruptor's TPing in, trying to help, but they've already lost so much life. on this Razor, and they will just end up canceling the Disruptor TP this time. They are smoking up now, heading outside of the base. This is a dangerous high ground. Crystallized, smoke has already been broken. Cuckoo breaks everything with his invis, and Tims splits them up. Magical's on the high ground, but the rest of the team trapped in the low ground. He's going to try and survive with the Shrine until his team can get back up here. They drop the Serpent Wards down, but they're on the low ground. It's not really doing that much. Now Gabby finds his opportunity to charge into the backlines. Choose dead. Misha also going to be brought down. Triple kill for Armel. How many more can he get? Lasso now onto Crystallize. Won't quite be a rampage. AU getting in there, but the GG already being called.
19-minute GG being called. I mean, that game was not going any other way. It was an 11k net worth lead. Poor Magical, you know, having a rough laning stage. Really, really rough laning stage.
Get Ion Shell on Earth Spirit, go. So I'd argue that it's much simpler than what they were looking to do in the first game, because you have the ability to kill them.
Pretty middling. Roll forward onto AU up top. Ion Shell's burning him down a little bit, and it looks like Chu is thinking about diving for this one. Wants the kill, but the Fairy Fire was there. So.
Yep. And he's doing exactly what he needs to, right? Creating space for this Anti-Mage. A little bit more. He's cut away way through the creeps and to the trees so that he can just farm underneath the tower very safely.
Yeah, battling up against Misha. 5 stacks. The Crystallize is going to come in here and look for this kill. And now the Firefly is just barely enough. Couldn't quite get out of it in time as well. Yeah, you need to prevent time lapse. Need to Darkseer just.
Even just the Stone Gaze being able to burst Tusa down.
Battle for the 5-minute bouncer runes coming up here. Cuckoo wants it, does get stunned, and Misha actually snipes it out from underneath him. This is a lot of Midas armor as well with the Swarm. Cuckoo just running for the Shrine, but I don't even know if that's going to be enough to keep him alive. Crystallize has the Gemini attack back off cooldown in a second, and up top, more act.
Some aggression maybe on Chu.
About it.
Dump the Iron Shell.
Starkseer just doesn't have the He doesn't have his Soul Ring, doesn't have his Arcane Boots just yet. I really feel like this Dazzle has slowed him down so much just by constantly healing away. Looks like he might finally be dead here. Does get rolled on top of Fairy Fire, not going to be enough to save him.
Would have done a lot of damage.
Yep. And you got Gabby over here with Mana Void ready to rock and roll. So, well, he doesn't have the biggest mana pool just yet. Still needs that int growth to really kick in, but Tim's down at bottom. He's going to be brought down. Crystallized finding great kills at bottom. Over at mid, Magical is getting gone on. Knocked back by the Flame Break. Getting run down. There will be an attempted TP from Misha, but he's just straight into the fire from Cuckoo and had his 2 quick kills. A little more action. AU hiding around. Gets out of range of the Ion Shell for a second. They do have Gabby now coming over with the Mana Void ready to rock and roll. I think that might be the end of Blizzy. Gabby's still waiting for it. Cuckoo gets in range for some experience. Gold. And it helps him stay on the map as well, right? The way that he's been building. He's useful beyond just having the last one. I think that's what I really feel about the build. Tim's in some trouble here. Does get intercepted by Misha. I don't know quite why he was rotating over to mid. Maybe they were thinking of setting up some kind of a kill. Nice stick charge usage is actually going to get him up onto the high ground. And he's A-okay. Crystallized forced into the time lapse at bottom. Cuckoo now needs to be a little bit careful, trying to deal with this Swarm bug while also retreating back and looking like he might be dead. The chase, Firefly runs out, and Misha will happily secure that kill.
Yep. Nicely done by Misha. Good rotation. I think Weaver would have probably been able to secure it regardless, but forces out the time lapse, not the longest cooldown.
Oh, but action. All right. Tim sitting over here just trying to get some B wards. Looks like he's accepted his fate. Magical even denying the sentry for whatever reason. End of Tim's there. You have Blizzy once again getting run down over at top, and Armel rotating over with an Arcane Rune.
Game one of the cores. Last game it was Magical on his Razor. This game it's the Darkseer.
I worry because Navi, it seems like it's only Crystallize who can make plays, and they are doing just that over at mid, kicking back Armel. Crystallize coming in with the auto attack damage, but he's already been linked up. AU is here, providing a little bit of extra HP. Cuckoo also arriving, and Chu is just in no man's land. He gets brought down.
Either way, they go into the smoke. Crystallize will probably pop it, maybe just out of range, but she might be in a little bit of trouble.
These bouncer runes, but has plenty of mana, has got the 21 charges in reserve. Cuckoo still just waiting for the Firefly to come back off cooldown. 1 second, gets up onto the high ground. Nice Fissure as well. But opens up a little bit of space, and Kuku actually thinking about going in further. Needs to be careful. Up onto the high ground, finally pops the salve. Kuku is juking for dear life. Salve finally getting canceled, and Chu rotates in at the last moment, catches him with the stun, and he will find a little bit by that earlier pressure, but it's still looking like... And they go in once again. They are going to try for it, roll forward. This time around, they've got the anti-mage illusion, and I think that's going to make all the difference. That will be a quick kill for Chu, and
they look to transition further forward. You know, you've got a lot of heroes clustering around this bot side. Anti-Mage and Darkseer, I suppose, are both happy with
the Misha, along with the Root. I think he's going to be brought down here. They are coming in with Crystallize, throwing out the Swarm. Tim's in some danger, but he does have the Echo Slam available, graving him up. I don't know if they quite have the damage. Just Chu rolling forward because he really wants this kill, but it's straight into the waiting arms of Kuku. They will finally bring down the Earthshaker. It's a 1-for-1 trade. I guess Chu got quite a lot of gold for that, so maybe worth it.
It's okay.
Alright, well, we're just in kind of mode farm for both teams.
In a bit of trouble up top here.
Yeah, looking for the roll, not going to find it. They do get the Centaur Stomp out. Silence as well. Wall drop down. Still pretty tanky though. Has that Bracer. Gets the lasso out as Armel arrives on the scene. Chu will finally drop it to 1-for-1 so far. Elsewhere on the map, AU going down, but it's Blizzy getting chased down in the trees. And Tim will secure that with the Fissure. More heroes also on the way in. Crystallize interested in another go with the Diffusal Blade. I don't know if he's going to go for Armel or Tim to do swap back onto the Razor. They've also got to stun Tim. Trying to run forward. He's got the chain stun. Can they actually bring down the Weaver? Crystallize finally popping. But now the Fissure stun. Armel survives. Tim's with the plays. Oh my god. Should have gone for the Earthshaker instead of the Razor potentially, but quick kill.
So having to be a little bit careful moving forward. Has that slightly longer.
Looking forward on TNC. Looking for Blizzy here, but there is Crystallize coming in, backstabbing. We'll be looking for AU. Tim's also approaching. Can they keep AU alive? Throws out one more heal. Doesn't manage to get the Grave out in time. Armel will be the next one targeted, and looks like Tim's just going to leave him for dead. Too many Navi heroes in this top lane. Sure, we'll just auto-attack him down. Quick double Crystallize as he gets away.
Unless you're S4, that doesn't really happen.
Yeah. Well, Navi continuing to play very aggressively over in this dire jungle, and once again, it's AU caught out and just gets chunked. Mana burn way too much.
You can see him and he is in danger of dying. I think it's what he needs to do. He's taking a lot away from what the Medusa is able to farm.
Alright, Pigeon away, but they are actually rolling in onto Tim. He was trying to join the rest of his team, but he gets separated, and Navi just controlling this space perfectly. They are going onto the Darkseer, and Armel doing decent damage, doesn't quite get vacuumed up onto the high ground. Just going to try for the TP out. Misha doesn't have anything left to interrupt him, but Chu, with the roll forward, will be the one to cancel the TP. And Crystal to TNC. They are decent at fighting around the Roshan pit area, but both teams smoking up. Can we get a good blink initiation? They're coming in. Armel trying to scout things out with the plasma field. Doesn't really find too much. Tim's running forward. We'll be looking for the Echo, but the Age is already picked up, and I think that means TNC just want to disengage at this point. They don't have the man to use just yet for the anti-mage. Stands his ground. Gabby right-clicks him down. Magnetize spread around a little bit. Kuku slowed down inside of the river, takes flight, and will be just fine to flap himself out of there. Both teams poking, prodding, looking for the initiation. They go for the lasso on the Medusa. They couldn't quite get the swap. Misha was looking for it, but he's only level 11. Now gets it back to the team. Magical gets some more mana, as we do also have a buyback from Chu. Team try and force it, and it felt like that was the point where they lost the game.
Yeah.
And I think Navi are telling themselves that they have the better late game here. So no real reason to force it too badly. Tim's getting gone on. Once again, the Swarm is so annoying. There's so much minus armor. Crystallize is absolutely going to tear him to pieces. AU is just teleporting himself out.
Not maybe 45 minutes as opposed to 50 could be the time that it takes to break through.
See about something here, but just clearing the wave. Does get slowed down a little bit. Core Staff Blade further forward. Silence onto him. AU in a good position to help him out. Can help deal with the Swarm, but Chu instead just redirects, looking for a different target. They are going on to the Darkseer. Loses quite a lot of mana on Blizzy, but he's going to be okay. And now Armel trying to commit, but the immediate swap from Misha breaks that link. Armel, a little bit of damage. Chu coming forward with the Magnetize. They've also dropped the wall on the high ground. Gabby getting kited around a little bit. And he walks straight into the Stone Gate and just getting punched to death. Absolutely nothing done. Armel's also pretty low. Navi get a chase for more as they land the slow from Chu, and they get a double kill on this Medusa. TNC losing both of their big cores in absolutely at the moment.
I mean, the static resistance can't be discounted at all, and another important factor of that previous fight is that just prior to getting caught with that Stone Gaze, it was the BKB being popped force back one or more of the heroes on Navi.
Alright, well, Navi are just heading up onto the high ground. Gabby's chasing couriers at bottom, and Magical's already hitting their melee barracks. Armel wants to run in, but a very different game from what we saw previously. Not really able to commit too hard. He has to actively be afraid of the Medusa. She does a lot of damage. He wants the static link, but look at this. It just immediately gets broken. Magical runs back up onto the high ground, still going for it. Cuckoo, the Lincoln's actually getting popped onto Magical, keeping him alive. Very nicely done by Crystallize. And this is how you want to see a Medusa lineup. Everybody is just 100% here to protect her. They've got the Alpha Wolf, they've got the Swap, they've got Crystallize with the Lincoln Sphere, and it feels like the Medusa's completely untouchable.
Yeah, she's the raid boss.
Yep.
You know, just quickly clearing out the waves, constantly continuing the pressure. No creeps in the base just yet.
Really hoping for this. Actually, they get, once again, the Lincoln Sphere does block the static link, it looks like. Over top lane, Gabby. Alright, jumps in now with the BKB. They're looking towards Magical, but he gets his own BKB off, so it's just the BKB for BKB trade, and Gabby's taking way too much physical damage. They need to get backdoor protection back off here. So Navi might still be able to finish the melee barracks. They just hit way too hard. Swap in onto Cuckoo. He's sitting just on the edge of the base, so it does manage to force staff back in, but Navi don't even want the fight. They just want to go and get the lanes back. They got the 2 lanes of Rax that they were looking for, and at this point, really lasso or drain one person with the static link, and the Spirit is really denying that at every turn. Crystallize immediately is getting at the smoke. He's going to get jumped on here, but they don't manage to lock him down. Vacuum. Gabby pops the BKB, so too does Armel, but Magical's just around the corner, and these auto attacks are doing so much damage. Armel forced to turn tail and run. He gets auto attacked down on the other side of the fight. Gabby's just going for Chu. Doesn't even manage to kill him with the Mana Void. And Chu now rolling back onto him. Gabby looks like he will finally finish off that kill as TNC throw in 2 core buybacks. 3 buybacks now. Navi just taking a moment to regroup. Magical still pretty good on the mana. They're going to have to kite this Medusa around, but not so easy in the case of Crystallize. He finds Tim's inside of the trees. Armel trying to drain out Magical, but once again they have to swap. Tim's finds himself a nice echo, but there's no follow-up stuns, and Magical's just standing there, auto-attacking everybody. No problem whatsoever. Crystallize godlike, the first game of Weaver that we've seen this event, and it is a hell of a game. TNC left complete image dead for 80 seconds. He bought up earlier to get that Abyssal Blade, which didn't end up doing anything.
Yeah.
Now Navi.
This game's over. I would have called it by now, I would say. Yeah, and there it is. GG gets called. Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they weren't even able to commit fully to that team fight afterwards as well, right? Because they'd all bought out. They died twice in that team fight. It was enough to ensure a Navi victory in game 3. It looks like they're pretty...
Predators
that are first doing it with Oracle when available, and that's the other thing. You have an Oracle Death Prophet. Now we have all 3 cores that love playing around.
One against him and have a more favorable...
Ursa only has 1 CS so far, so doing a good job of that plan of shutting out Cuckoo. Blizzy running over towards A, just pressuring him a little bit, canceling out his clarity, but Tim's has rotated all the way over to top lane, so it looks like Blizzy might be in some troubles. Tim's still holding the stun. They want to give Gabby this kill, and all it takes is 1 auto attack. Well, bottom lane has pushed forward a little bit, but Cuckoo's still not soaking all that much experience, unfortunately. And Chu is making a rotation over at mid. Got this haste on the Templar Assassin there, diving under the tower for Armel. Can he get this salve off? Won't be able to. No TP or mid lane. Armel sitting down around half HP. This would be a fairly successful kill if they can just land a shackle, and Armel gets pushed down into the river by the positioning of the TA. He just wanted to dodge the side blades, but instead, he'll be brought down.
And double damage this game. Yeah. It's difficult. He's trying to go into the jungle, but some nice denies coming through from Chu.
More stuns. Cuckoo taking some damage. AU is there with the Purge, but they've got the Hex chasing him down. Do they have another stun soon? Yes, they do. Wraith Fire Blast coming back off cooldown. The salve is not going to be enough. And as I say that, mid is also being brought down. Tim's
last off, and it's going to be even more of a factor later on once that cooldown on the Wraith Fire Blast is reduced by skilling it up.
They're going for more, looking for AU. Got the shackle as well, channeling up the blast, and I don't know if AU is making it out of here. He's trying, though, with the Fairy Fight. Doesn't pop the stick charges. Wait, the other scary thing is that Crystallize has this insanely fast Midas. And they're looking for more. AU, what are you doing down here? He's just getting shackled up. Follow-up stun. Crystallize finds a quick kill, and they should be able to take these skeletons. They're looking for Gabby up top. Pretty heavily morphed into the Agi right now, so if Chu finds this lockdown without a strength morph, that could be dangerous. Follow-up stun, do they have enough damage? Yes, they do, it looks like. And that is a dominating streak for Magical. Or they do have the Primal Split available for Blizzy. Didn't have the most amazing lane, didn't get a ton of help, but still fine, got the level 6. And AU once again just kind of out in no man's land, trying to drag them away. Chu comes TPing in. They do land a nice two-man torrent. Gonna buy him a few more seconds, but a few more seconds is all he's gonna get. He does manage to buy the totality of that sneaky Roshan play.
I love it.
Gonna go and take it for themselves.
I love it. You know, they recognize, right, they've got a speed.
Vincere coming over here. We do have the Will-O-Wisp up on the high ground. Misha does get caught by the boat, but I think Navi should just be able to chase through. They're going on to AU first. They burst him down, following it up onto Armel. He's tanky with the rum, but not tanky enough. Chu finds himself a killing spree, and they're even plus the Mass Serpent wards. Just you don't fight into that.
It's too much, and I think credit really needs to be given to Navi for their decision to do.
Oh, okay, they're going for the Keeper of the Light. Looks like they will land the follow-up torrent, and Cuckoo does grab himself a first, to be honest, getting the Lincoln Sphere.
Going into the shotgun afterwards.
Yeah. Do you like this? Tim's getting stunned up, surrounded by the skeletons, shackled as well. A couple of crits from Crystallize, and he's now being conscripted.
You really care, and I don't think it's enough to make it.
They're just going to keep on going. They're marching towards the high ground. Armel, can he actually defend this? Mass Serpent Ward's dropped. Skeletons going in. TNC trying to find their opportunity. They are just going to go with the stun onto the Templar Assassin. She's the one with the Aegis. Will-O-Wisp got down. He's seeing everybody. Cuckoo does get the ultimate out from the Oracle, but he gets sent straight into the air. Navi just swarming this tier 3 tower, trying to bring it down. They're waiting for Cuckoo as he drops back down into the shackle from the Shadow Shaman. Chu keeping his control. Nice torrent, nice boat. They lose one of the supports along with the Aegis pretty much immediately. Morphling hexed up, but he is morphing strength. Pretty tanky, pushes Blizzy out of the base. And the Mass Serpent Wards don't quite manage to finish off the tier 3 tower. Successful hold from TNC.
Yep. Maybe a tiny bit premature from Navi.
Insurance policy. Alright, looking at Magical over at mid, but Refraction gets worked through pretty quickly. He's actually down at half HP. Follow-up stun from Tims. They're going to lose the Templar Assassin. Crystallize doing his best with the damage, but TNC chasing for more Gabby as the Brewmaster, doing some decent damage. Crystallize does have the ultimate, so they are going to stick around here a little bit longer and try and continue the fight. They're sizing them up. Blizzy does not have the Primal Split just yet. Nice torrent connecting as Cuckoo is forced to just limp away, and as Navi now re-engage, they've got a little bit too much left in the tank. They will save Gabby with the false promise. Cuckoo waiting up on the high ground. You have the Will-O-Wisp drop down to try and control this Morphling. Took a bit of extra damage, but false promise does end up keeping him alive. He's finally got level 12, so his ultimate is actually usable. Oh, Gabby sitting up here farming, but they know exactly where he is. He gets straight up hexed. Magical won't even be needed to finish that kill. Gets right underneath it, and Navi another crack at this top tower.
Yeah, well, they're going to be able to finish it off. Go straight for those racks as well. That's that buyback, but I don't think you can afford to expend it.
Oh, no, Navi are really setting up for this nicely. They've already got the side trap down. Blizzy is getting jumped onto it. He's gone. Good pop from TNC. Will-O-Wisp gets put down. Crystallize jumping in pretty aggressively. They're going for AU. Bit of a mispositioning from him, potentially. Still haven't dealt with the Will-O-Wisp. Nice shackle as well from Chu. The melee racks have fallen, and it's still 5 seconds to go on this Morphling. They're going to be looking for Magical, but the Refraction is helping to keep him alive a little bit longer. Crystallize comes back in. It's way too much lockdown. Nothing to save the Earth. He finally gets the enrage off, and he's going to keep on chasing onto Magical. Waveform through from Gabby, as they will manage to pop the Red King ult once again. Nice stolen hex. Gabby going to keep Chu locked down here. Secure one more kill, though. Oh, no. Chu actually gets the kill on Cuckoo. But still, AU's going to waste a little bit more of his time. I don't think he survives even in, maybe in the Fountain. Fairy Fire and a Salve.
Alright, okay. Up to this.
Oh, no.
There's prediction coming here from Armel and AU, wanting to back off a little bit.
Oh, Armel's got to be careful.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, if they're, oh no, the Courier and AU gets the disarm. Crystallize, are you going to come and finish this? Yes, you will. Oh, what a nice play. Getting shut down. Cuckoo's game getting shut down, and Gabby, I mean, what can you do in this situation? Master Wards once again deployed up on the high ground. Yeah, a lot of damage. Going for Crystallize, but he's not the best kill. Tries to blink away, not quite going to be in time. Mana burn coming through as well, but the armor toggles help to keep him alive. He will, looks like it finally loses life. Not quite. Spirit Vessel not going to be enough. Blizzy in the middle of everything does manage to pop out the Primal Split. Cuckoo retreating backwards, but Gabby also the focus. Jump forward from Crystallize, and he's morphing in the wrong direction. He was morphing Agi instead of Strength, and Navi punish him heavily. Gabby getting brought down. He does have a buyback available, but Navi just kiting back out of the base into the side traps. Maybe looking for the turnaround. Crystallize wants to go in. Once again, they get the Hex immediately onto the Ursa. Buyback now coming in. Good stun from Tims. Landed a 3. Follow-up Torrent. Blizzy losing a lot of health. They're keeping Cuckoo out of the fight. Blizzy does finally get right-click down. They need more from Gabby. He's got to do some more work. Crystallize is just running forward. And Misha with the pushback, making the space for his team to retreat now. Gabby still desperate to get some more kills in this situation, but the Keeper of the Light is very fast. Misha is just going to walk it off, it looks like. They head straight back to the side traps and they're fine.
I thought he was kind of leaving him to die, like, see ya, buddy, I got the invis, and then just run up this game. No.
Other than the one ultimate bottom, which helped out Cuckoo immensely, feels like he hasn't really done a whole lot. Tims, all right, nice spike to Carapace, can open him up a little bit of space, but Magical's still there to chop his head clean off.
Yep.
Quick kill.
Just so much harder to kill now. He can't be burst really, really quickly.
And now Navi straight up onto the high ground. Nice and easy. They do have this Aegis and the BKB available for Magical, so he's just standing his ground. Crystallize also going in. Trouble for Cuckoo. Once again getting saved, but there's the immediate shackle. And now they do have, once again, the Will-O-Wisp coming through, controlling the team fight. So too is the Primal Split. Cuckoo trying to keep on fighting, but he will die as the False Promise ends. And there's just nobody that can deal with this ultimate from the Keeper of the Light. It will end up timing out. Armel doing his best with the X marks the spot, but he's not doing any damage, and Navi cleanly disengage after a buyback. The last buyback got TNC 1 kill. This buyback gets them 0 around, making plays for his team. And if you shut him down, Gabby's been farming this entire time, but that's kind of all he's been doing. Not really able to position team fights. They're jumping in now. They've already jumped onto the Oracle. Ayu's dead. Not in the best position, and with the Will-O-Wisp, they're locking down Cuckoo. Nothing to save him. He does manage to get the enrage off. Armel's trapped in the middle of everything. Chu has a shackle for him. He's taken not that much damage, but with all 5 of Navi, they can easily bring him down. It's yet another buyback, and TNC are just bleeding lives left and right. The Skeletons, along with the Master Serpent Hordes, bringing down the lane of Rags. Onto a Hex stuff. Finally, the boat coming in. Can they actually bring down this Templar Assassin? They will manage to get her the once, but that's about it. They do lose the Wraith King for real this time, but that is mega creeps at this point. And should probably be the game. Lizzie gets brought down, double kill for Gabby, but TNC's base in shambles.
Yeah, I mean, they got to try, right? It's their upper bracket life that they're playing for, but see their 1% chance that Dota Plus is giving them of being able to come back into this game.
Crazy turnaround this series. One mid, and at that point, TNC just didn't have any plays left. The 2 supports were never going to drag them back to the game. Tims, they know exactly where he is. Blink onto him, get the dust. Chu just waiting for the Hex. Magical 2 shots him now with the Daedalus. Blizzy straight up onto the high ground. They're going to try and pop the Brewmaster at the very least. Can they do it? They've got the E-Blade. All right, that's some kind of a turnaround. They're fighting on top of their shrine as the Mega Creeps start pouring into the base. That's going to be trouble. Kanka being focused, trying, helping to keep everybody alive. Chu once again over in the trees, looking for these shackles. Going to block himself in with the Master Serpent Hordes. Is that going to keep him safe from the Ursa? I'm not sure. The Will-O-Wisp is certainly helping. Cuckoo finally gets through. Actually, not quite with the face boots. He's still being controlled. Couple more auto attacks from Magical to finish him off. Chu jumps forward for 1 more Hex. And that is going to be your GG called. Navi moving forward into the upper bracket here at ESL 1.5 and TNC. They made their way through the upper bracket here at the group stage, but they're going to be starting in the lower bracket.